Oh, there we go. There we go. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. I haven't been here in a while. Hi everyone on YouTube, and also now we should be able also to connect to our Zoom webinar. Let's make sure that everyone's connecting. Do.
Yeah,
let's see.
We should be good sound-wise.
Yes. Okay. Are people in Zoom able to hear me as well?
We'll just get a sound check rolling for them.
Wonderful. Hey, David. Hey. Okay. Hi, guys and girls. Hi, everyone. I haven't been here in a while, and I was like, you know what? I want to come and say hello. So just checking in and saying hi before your fun session with Lachlan starts. We have Lachlan here from Samurai Day Trading. Oh, I can hear myself through Lachlan's speakers. Anyway, I won't stay long. I'm just here to say hi, just here to remind you, everyone, we have a fun promotion for the time being. If you want more information, check out our Instagram or even website for more details. You can get wonderful challenges for a significant amount less. So, without further ado, I know you have a very exciting session ahead. Lachlan did mention that the SP500 is doing great today, so I will not let you keep waiting. And enjoy. I will check in towards the end.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Arlen. Appreciate that. Hi, guys and girls. How are you? Hope you are completely magic. Great to have Arlen back, guys. It was originally when the TTP journey started, it was Arlen and Lockie. And so it's nice. It's nice to have her back. So guys and girls, welcome. I'm going to be running the session for you today. I'm just going to make sure the chat log is in the right place, which it certainly looks like it is. Good. Geez, how are you? I had a blinder yesterday, mate. I did feature you. I did feature a comment about you on YouTube, man. So again, you'll be famous. You'll be famous. So guys, it's just like every day, guys, if somebody has a blinder, I literally put on the YouTube, well done, Jiz, because you did this. So I think it's really exciting. So guys, we'll get going because we do have a fair bit to do in the charts today, guys. There is a fair bit going on. So my first tip to everyone out there in the world, trading is not easy, but it is incredibly simple. Guys, may I reflect on yesterday, guys, if we just wait for the candle to close and make sure it's a long way away from the trend indicator, we are highly likely to pick up some really good trades. Guys, I did a coaching session with young Dave, guys, today on the FDAX from yesterday, and it is so clear. Guys, if you're a fan of ratios, yesterday was a walk in the park. Now, saying that, guys, we did talk yesterday on the FDAX about a 4-hour swing trigger long triggering. It's triggered, and the FESX, guys, FDAX ended up at its R2, and the FESX ended up at its R4. Guys, very, very positive, very positive indeed. Guys, what we're going to do is we're going to continue the live trading room journey today. The reason being is we're building a team of traders, guys, all over the world. The reason we love live trading rooms is immediate proof of performance. We're building confidence, guys. Ultimately, there's nowhere to hide. But it's also, guys, to me, it's a really, really good format, guys, to get questions answered. It looks like the S&P 500, guys, has actually tried to trigger a daily swing trigger long already today. That failed. It's peeled away really, really nicely, but it's going to have another crack at it again. So, guys, if the S&P does take off, it's going to be really good fun to the high side today. If the S&P does not take off, guys, then we're going to see a really lovely sell down. So I'm actually hoping that they buy really quickly, get the gap close out of the way, and then we can pick up some lovely trades. Whereas because we're basically talking across the globe today, utilizing YouTube, got to go through 4 particular points. Firstly, we're trading futures, guys. Some are trading CFDs today. It does involve risk. There are 2 risks in trading. There's a risk of making money and also losing money. Because we are trading on leverage, means we borrow money every time we take a trade. Some people refer to leverage as margin. Either way, guys, because we're trading on margin or leverage, guys, it means that the wins can be bigger, the losses can be bigger. So we will focus, guys, today on professional risk control. A point I brought up very, very heavily in the coaching earlier today. Everything we do today is general information only. The past performance, guys, of any financial product, particularly in Australia, guys, Australia and New Zealand cannot be used as an indication of future performance, guys. ASIC has really reined in Australia. Now, further, guys, market risk factors, because we are trading over the internet today. What does it ultimately mean? Guys, I'll do my best to guide you in and out of the market as best as I possibly can. As the flip side of as best as I possibly can. Again, I will guide you in and out of the market. There's no guarantee you'll be able to get in where I want you to get in or get out where I want you to get out. But we will do our best to manage that, guys, on the run. And we're going to do that using a what we call an RCP or a risk control point. Now, for those guys that might be brand new on YouTube, basically, who am I? I'm Lockie. I'm the guy that wrote the trading algorithms behind Samurai Day Trading. So all of the strategies and indicators have been developed, guys, since I opened, which was at the time, guys, I opened Australia's only first dedicated futures trading school. Opened that in the 1st of August 2009, basically because there were no decent trading schools in Australia. Some would say that might still be the case, but we will move on. I've had an opportunity. Some of you will know what I'm talking about. A couple of smiles coming through in the chat. So as that being said, I have had an opportunity to train a lot of traders. As I've been able to travel the world with futures trading. Ultimately, nothing has changed, guys. We do the same thing day after day after day after day. And again, I do think that's really exciting because it's not only easy, guys, not only easy to replicate, but it's easy to follow what we do. I did spend 15 years in the regular army. So I do spend a fair bit of time, guys, working on the psychology of what it takes to be a really good trader. Guys, if you want to be really, really good at trading, follow those social media channels. No, they've got nothing to do with it. Guys, if you want to be really good at trading, focus on one signal only and master that one signal. Now, all of you guys know my favorite signal is a static bar reversal a long way from the MDI or a 4-point turning bar a long way from the MDI. I love the push, retrace, reject principle. It's a very lazy way of trading, guys, but it does result in some really good trades. Now, that being said, guys, if we do use email, I know email is very old fashioned. We do use email. Again, if you're into email, guys, if I do anything today, if you want to talk about the hub meeting that's coming up next Thursday. We've got our platinum launch, guys. So our platinum update webinar, guys, is next Wednesday. If you want to find out anything about what we're doing, guys, please do not be shy. Say hello is definitely the best email to reach out to. Now we do a support meeting, guys, every month. That's next Thursday. So next Thursday we are going to be talking about stair stepping. Guys, I get lots of people asking questions, particularly in coaching, about Lockie. Can I confirm the stair step, please? So we are going to do. Guys, next Thursday night, when we do the hub meeting, one of the key topics for next Thursday night is going to be stair stepping, guys, and how to mark your stair step correctly. Guys, it might seem like a really simple thing, guys, but once you've got it absolutely mastered, then what we do every day, we obviously reverse against the stair step. We take continuation trades with the stair step. Once you've got that stair step sorted and it's very, very easy to read, then you will find, guys, that the trading becomes exponentially simpler the moment you've got that sorted out. So what to expect in the format today, guys, we're going to let the market do the heavy lifting. That basically means the market's going to generate the signal for us. As at the moment, the S&P 500, I'll show you shortly on the charts, but the S&P 500 is trying to trigger a daily long. That's not going very well for it. So if they try and trigger that again and fail, guys, we're going to be looking at really long range shorts. At this point in time, our loyalty at this stage, looking at the charts, our loyalty will be for short range longs. So short range longs and long range shorts. Guys, if this buying stops, or we've got two news announcements, guys, 15 minutes and 30 minutes into the session today, if those news announcements are negative, there's no reason why they'd be positive, but if they are negative, we're going to fall. So let's get into it, guys. We'll get into the charts. We've done a lot of homework for you already. So let me get this done. Make sure you can see the charts. You can see the charts. Okay, absolutely brilliant. So first and foremost, guys, a lot to go over on the FDAX. So we'll come across here to the FESX, which will ultimately guide us today. Now, for those of you that are brand new to what we do, if you're brand new to what we do, we are looking for permission from the FESX to trade the FDAX, just like we do in the other live trading room. We look for permission to trade the NASDAQ from the S&P 500. So today, guys, a couple of things I do want to point out. For those that are massive fans of Fibonacci, guys, please note that when the FESX absolutely skyrocketed yesterday to its R4, it only goes to R5, and then there's no other levels unless you're really crazy and you've got an R6. As this is a huge move. This is a huge move by the Europeans. Interesting point, guys. If we move our little square all the way over there, can everybody see that they got caught at the 4-hour 88.6 Fibonacci? All right, so even when we got a ridiculous move, which we did predict, guys, we did say if they sell down, it's a 4-hour swing trigger long. This is what it looks like. We did predict a big move last night, happened basically all the way through the US cash market. But what is fascinating is they got caught, guys, at this green 88.6 Fibonacci, which we all know the FESX absolutely loves. What does it mean? If we buy early today, guys, and we get caught at the 88.6, then guess what that means? We're probably going to pick up a pretty stunning reversal short. Okay, so that is our FESX. That is my little, let me take that little square off, guys. We'll note that as we move in. So across to the weekly chart. Again, guys, we were looking very, very weak at the start of the week. Now we're looking very, very strong. Andre, how are you, mate? Just got back from Melbourne. Hope you're fantastic. We are very well. Very hot day. You know, guys, do you know funny thing about Okinawa, which I didn't know, is that when it's really hot and humid, so for example, you see behind me, the cupboard is open. The cupboards all through the house are open because if you don't get airflow through your cupboard, you can actually end up getting mold throughout your house. Doesn't sound very friendly, does it? But apparently mold is an issue in Okinawa. Now we kind of knew that, but now we're learning how to deal with it. So no mold, guys, no mold in the house at this point in time. What have we got, guys? We've got a very, very strong weekly, candle. It was really weak towards the start of the week, but they've started gathering momentum based on positive news out of the US last night. So, guys, the big run last night was not European-centric. It was US-centric. Either way, guys, what they've done is they've crashed into some really, really important Fibonacci's. They've crashed into a daily fib and also a weekly fib. Guys, both of those are drawn down to catch them on the way up, guys, as you know what we do. All right, now, what have we got here, guys? We marked our stair step. So again, stair stepping in the hub meeting, guys, super important. So buyers own the stair step, no question about that. We've run into these 4-hour fibs. It's absolutely magic. We've also run into some daily fibs over the back, which is also equally magic. What does it ultimately mean? Guys, we're in a very, very interesting place. If these guys can't go up, guys, we have a long way to go to get back to the balance zone, which is the trend indicator, which these guys absolutely love. Down to the 4-hour chart, guys, that looks a lot like a 4-hour static bar reversal short. So what is the one thing we have to be very careful of, guys, trading the FDAX, is if the FESX does exactly what it's currently doing, which is set up an absolutely stunning, so right there, guys, we have an algorithmically perfect short. Now, that's going to go one of two ways, guys. We're either going to buy first, fail badly, then turn around and come back down the other way. Right, so if we do buy early and it fails, guys, that will be typically these 4-hour moves, guys. They typically trigger inside the cash market, right? They typically trigger inside the cash market. Currently, we're in the pre-market. Now, the flip side of the trigger, if we buy early and fail, we're in for big shorts. But if we sell down and then go back the other way, these guys are actually going to try and actually create a swing trigger long. All right, so swing trigger is the opposite to an SBR. What does it ultimately mean? If we buy early and fail, we're going to try and trade it all the way down to the MDI, which is a monster, an absolute monster trade. As I note with this one here, this big buying campaign has actually come across here and picked up, guess what? Can everybody see that tiny little static bar reversal right there? So basically what they've done last night is failed at a daily fib and picked up an SBR. There'd be a lot of daily traders, guys, that are now short based on that 4-hour SBR. All right. So again, if they decide to gather momentum today, guys, if they do that, then we're in for a really lovely sell down. just watching the market. I hope they just don't take off without us. And we also got a series of really, really lovely reversals. The most important one is this one just here. That is by far the most important. So 5961 is going to be a very, very important level today. So 5961. Okay, that is. Go here, super important. Super important 60-minute level. Now, why is this important? Dan, how are you? Hope you're brilliant. Why is this important? As if we close and hold below that level, then that's going to say to everyone in the world, hey, we're selling today, we're not buying. If we sell early and come back the other way and we get back above this level, then it's going to say exactly the opposite. All right, so we're just trying to get an idea, guys, a really good idea as to what the institutional traders might be thinking. All right, so we'll just move this around, make sure it's nice and balanced. Quick time check. Time is looking very good. While I say that, let me log into the US trading room, guys, which is I guarantee they're already short. Guys, while we're doing that, while I'm logging in, this is the S&P at the moment. Guys, here is our daily swing trigger long. So basically what's occurred just towards the Japanese close, they've tried to trigger a daily swing trigger long. That's actually failed. They got rejected quite heavily. So this is quite a big sell down on the S&P. Then they tried to rally support for the daily trigger. That failed, and now they've started retreating away. So guys, if we do something like this on the S&P 500, if we go back towards the Samurai Asian high, so if we go towards the Samurai Asian high and fail early, let's say fail in the first 15 minutes of trading, if we do that, guys, we're looking for a really lovely short. All right, so we're going to keep an eye on that. The Americans are probably watching the European news, very, very closely, because again, I'm not suggesting the news is going to be particularly positive. Guys, we'll just have to wait and see. I'll just log in, guys. I'll just log in the background to the other trading room, make sure that is all done correctly. Again, I get quite a good lead on the likely direction of Europe with the likely direction of the S&P. Now, obviously, with the other trading room saying, righto, guys and girls, they're doing this, and so on and so forth, it actually makes my job as a moderator, listening to what the S&P is doing, it actually makes my job a little bit easier. So I'll just log in, and then we'll keep building the FTAX. Hold on 1 second. Okay, we are good to go. We're good to go in the background. All right, so I was building the FTAX. We'll go straight up to the weekly chart. Again, what's occurring is they've basically had this beautiful rally last night, guys, off the back of some very, very positive American news. Why is that so important? We've got 2 news announcements coming today out of Europe. If those news announcements are negative, understanding Europe went up yesterday because of US news, if the European news is negative today, or even smells a bit, guys, we're going to get a really big sell down. Now, guys, down to the daily chart again. Buyers own the stair step. We were looking at this yesterday as a swing trigger short. They basically sniffed the swing trigger short and went, no, we're not doing that. And then they've cruised up and failed at these beautiful Fibonacci's. Guys, not only have they failed at a 60-minute Fibonacci extension, they've also failed at a blue Fibonacci drawn down to catch them on the way up. Drop down to the 240-minute chart. Guys, here is the FTAX, and we are already in. Guys, we are already in what is very, very obviously, guys, a beautiful static bar reversal short. FTAX is famous, guys, for retracing to the 50 fib of the 4-hour chart. So I'm going to draw that up to catch them on the way down. Guys, that means that, again, if the Fibonacci's are working well, they're highly likely to try and push down to this red 50 fib just here. Highly likely to head down there, no question about that. Now, on the 60-minute chart, guys, we've got a series of absolutely stunning static bar reversals. I've got these marked on the chart for you already. I'm really hoping these guys don't plummet, because this one here, guys, that one there is absolutely incredible trade. An incredible trade short. So we'll just wait and see what they do. Again, if we do go short today, guys, we've got a lot of room. We've got a lot of room down to the 50 fib, a lot of room down to the MDIs. 15-minute chart is 15-minute chart is already setting up shorts. MJ, how are you? Hope you're great. So guys, back down to the 5-minute chart. Let me just line those charts up correctly on the window. Let me line those up. What I'm going to do with the vMix is I'm going to turn that camera off shortly, so it doesn't drain any bandwidth, and we'll just focus on the charts. Oh, one thing I do need to mention, guys, that big black arrow, guys, just to show you how powerful Fibonacci is. Was when there was this absolutely insane rally on the FDAX last night, boom, 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 all the way up here. Guys, it failed at the 88.6 Fibonacci off the 4-hour chart to the tick, to the tick. So even when these markets go ballistic, guys, like it did yesterday, even when they go ballistic, when they hit a key area in the market, which is, again, those magic Fibonacci numbers, guys, we get a really, really lovely sell down. So I wanted to show you how accurate that was. Now, the most important point today, we've got French news. We've got French news at 4:15 and German news at 4:30. That's going to be really important, because again, if the market is starting to get a bit sketchy already, and that news is anything but insanely good, it'll be interpreted as bad. Right, far easier to jump on the selling train than it is to try and turn it around and send it back the other way. I'm going to put this up the top, guys. Really important. If we buy first, please watch for long range shorts. So if we do buy first and try and close the gap, guys, the gap is up the top here. If we do try and close the gap first, mathematically, they've got to go there, guys, but they don't have to do it straight away. So don't be sort of fooled into just pushing the button and hoping they go up there. What have we got, guys? Very, very strong 60-minute high point running through here. All right, I'm going to give that a black line for you. Let me just bring that black line across. The reason that is so important, just like it is on the FESX, if we get above this level, guys, it is a sign we're going to buy. If they push up into this level many times and get rejected, it is an early sign that we're going to be selling. Now, we don't yet know what the institutions are going to do, because the institutions will give us an idea, ideally on the opening candle. But ideally, once the first 15 minutes is up, then the instos are going to show us what they're really going to be doing. This is a very, very strong short. Guys, we've already gapped into the short, so it looks like the market is telling us what it's going to do. Guys, a little bit higher in the chart, you've also got another very strong short signal. So they basically cruised up, tried to get above this short signal and failed. So you've got a really strong short here, another strong short there, and a super strong short. That's three all lining up in a row saying, I think we're going down. Doesn't guarantee they're going to go down, right? It does suggest, however, if the MDI angle, right, is a big one to watch out for today. If the MDI angle is over 80 degrees, any trend following signal like a delta, is any of the deltas, a swing trigger with a really good ratio, big efficient candles, we are unlikely to get a retrace and a rejection. They're just going to jump in and fall, guys, is basically what they're going to do. So we'll keep an eye on that. Guys, we know about this one if we buy first. So all of these key levels will basically sort themselves out, guys, really pretty quick. We know about the S&P 500 failing to trigger yesterday's high. That alone could be disaster for the Europeans today. If they're looking as I do to the left-hand side, looking at the S&P 500 going, wow, you guys are getting nailed, then they're not going to fight against that. Caesar, how are you? I hope you're fantastic. 60-minute MDI. Yeah, so I love the idea of a short all the way down here. I love the idea of coming short all the way down here. I think other people around the world are probably thinking the same thing. All right, so we've got 4 minutes to go. Guys, 4 minutes to go. We'll start to spread things out. Make sure that we are, that is the 4-hour short point. So guess what they've done? They've just cruised up and hit a 4-hour short point. Okay, well, that's what they're thinking about. Oh, yes, it is. All right, so there we go. All right, so we might be in 4-hour shorts. Guys, what does it mean? We've just got to be careful about taking longs against those shorts. So we would need agreement from the FESX to take that trade. All right, so guys, as we roll in 3.5 minutes until the gun goes, are there any questions at all about anything that we've done? What I am going to do, as I do traditionally every day, I'm going to save my workspace, make sure I've got the right accounts loaded, make sure I've got the right contracts loaded, make sure I've got the right ATMs loaded. Perfect. I'll get rid of that camera. So if it's draining your bandwidth at all, we'll be able to get rid of that one for the moment. Ooh, that's going to be very technical. How do I do that? All right, so let me get rid of that. Okay, so camera's good. Sound is good. Camera's good. Everything's bopping along. Any questions at all? Has any questions at all about anything that we've done? We're going to keep an eye on the French news, guys. Or France have got a news report at 4:15. Germany's got a news report at 4:30. Guys, let me grab the cupboards. They've been airing for a couple of hours, so the cupboards will be happy. I'm sure they'll be happy. Now, that being said, let's have a look. If we were to get a sell down, on the FDAX on open, guys, there is a very, very obvious, guys, very, very obvious previous pivot failure. There's going to be another Fibonacci, guys, here as well. There's going to be a Fibonacci running from, man, it's going to be really ugly, actually, but the Fibonacci has to go from here to here. It has to. That's a very ugly fib, but it has to be there. Have you ever heard the expression, trade what you see, not what you think? So we'll give that a purple fib just to delineate between the two. All right, there's our 50 fib. That's perfect. All right, that's perfect. We've got a daily fib hiding in there as well. Let me just double check the daily. Yeah, daily's down, catch them. No, that's 100% correct. Okay, we're good. So guys, to me today, I am focused for my own trading, guys. I'm focused on ratio-based static bar reversals. I'm focused on 4-point turning bars. Certainly, I love the OSR, guys. I love the OSR trade. And I am going to firmly focus, guys, on ratios again today. When I focus on ratios, the world is kind. The world is kind. And guys, if you are a ratio-based trader, so a static trader, you're going to wait for the candle to close. Let's wait for the candle to close. Then you will decide ultimately what you're going to do with your trade. Guys, I love, if I want to buy the market, I love when the sellers show before I want to get in. So literally, if we get a really lovely buy signal, guys, I love for the sellers to show, fail, and then I put my buy order on. I just don't slam my buy order into the market. I'm looking for that double agreement. Occasionally, that means the market runs without me. Typically, though, if we do get a really lovely retrace and a really lovely rejection, the market doesn't run without us at all. It's just stunning to watch. Stunning to watch. So cruising into open, guys, 35 seconds. Cody's in the background. I hope you are very well. These buyers, guys, in terms of volume, they're already pushing a ton of volume into the market. The buyers are pushing a ton in and they're not impressing anybody. That is a very, very good recovery candle here on the FESX. So the FESX, guys, just a point to note, it normally goes to the 50 fib of the day, guys, once the cash market opens. Obviously, the FESX has got a gap to close. The DAX has got a gap to close. Okay, so at this stage, the pre-bottom goes pre-bottom. I know some of you love just pushing the button straight away as soon as they cruise down to the pre-bottom. If you are long, guys, already as a pre-bottom reversal long, with volatility of 21, you'd be looking for a 5-point first target, and ideally you would want your second target to be right up the top of the screen. If you do enter very early, I know Dan G loves to enter early. MJS spot on the mark. I know Dan G loves to enter very early. And guys, if you are long already because you just wait for them to hit a pivot and then go long, try and push it up to at least the 50 fib of the day. Diane, how are you? Hope you're awesome. S&P's got, I'm just listening to the S&P trading room, guys, got an absolutely amazing reversal long on the S&P 500. So all of these guys early in the session actually agree with each other, which is very helpful indeed. Very helpful. Now, we'll just keep an eye on what they're doing, guys. So again, if you're not an opening candle trader, a valid, really good reversal on FESX. Toby. Oh, mate, it's stunning. It's a stunning. It's one of the strongest buying candles we've had on the FESX all day so far. So as you know, what we love to do is we love to get agreement. We'd love to get agreement from the FESX to trade the FDAX, and that candle coming into the open there says anybody that goes long off the pre-bottom. As anyone that goes long off the pre-bottom, you're basically going to try and hold this all the way to the pre-top. So if you're already long, guys, you're just going to sit on it, hold it as long as you possibly can. Now it does, guys, if you're a little bit aggressive, once these guys sell down and create a lower low, that delta going back the other way are institutional traders saying we've seen the early burnout on the open, we're going to go long. Right? Now, if you don't trade the opening candle, right, which some people don't, if you don't trade the opening candle, this is a little bit annoying to watch. However, I always look at it and say, all right, FESX said go long. FDAX had a beautiful delta with about 20 points at risk, and that's already gone at least 30 points. Right, off they go. So if I do have anybody long, guys, if anybody is long, what do we get? Dan, you got a 10. Well done. A 10 and a 50 off the pre-market box. If you are long, guys, I want you to hold long, please. I want you to hold long. If you are long. Now, some people love this signal just here, guys. If you're an opening candle trader, they shot down, created a lower low, couldn't go through the pre-bottom, turned around and came out the other way. So it's a beautiful, mate. It's a beautiful trade. Nathan is still long. I'm not surprised. So if you are long, the way that the FDAX normally operates, right? If you are long, they're probably going to try and trade through to the gap 76, and the gap 76 is up here. All right, so at this stage, if you are long, the first port of call is naturally the gap 50, which is what they're punching into at the moment. If they do get any more aggressive, they're going to come up here to the 76s, which is great, provided they get that high. If they've got support from the FESX, they'll get that high. But I note that the FESX is already caught on its 76s of the day. It's already caught. FDAX will be at the same level, caught on the 76s. What does it mean? Last 90 seconds, guys. So no more trades. I do find this, as in no additional trades. That's a very, very strong short, and that's a very, very strong level in the market, guys, with a super strong short down here. So if we've addressed this short and we've addressed this short, we might be addressing that short. If we do get up here, if they do give us a really strong candle on both the FDAX and the FESX, if we get a really strong buying candle, they might want to close the gap early. But if these buyers run out of steam, we might get them turning around and coming back the other way. So climactic reversal, guys. At this stage, the buyers own the candle, buyers own the close. I would suggest it is definitely going to be. It actually might end up being efficient. Just looking at the strength of the candle. Guys, it might end up being efficient. If so, for the climactic reversal traders, we are definitely looking for the buyers to push up first before we sell the market. Well, this is a demolishing, absolute demolishing. Okay, so climactic reversal traders, at this point in time, we definitely need them to buy a long way before we sell. So again, we've got the 55th of the day is just sitting below our entry point. So we would want the buyers to stretch up. We would literally want the buyers to stretch up and get hammered. I don't want to send you short on a climactic reversal into the 50 fib of the day. I don't want to do that. Let me just see. FESX was very strong to the high side. They got demolished in the last sort of 60 seconds of that candle. So again, guys, let's just watch what they do. I don't think this is the end. I don't think this is the end of the buying campaign. If this is the end of the buying campaign, we are in for massive shorts. If this is the end, if that's the best they can do, wow. Now, guys, buyers own the stair step, so we are looking for selling-based reversals. There's no question. If I was to go short, guys, outside the range of the active candle, I'm assuming a close over the 50 fib of the day, guys, which is generally recognized as a pretty easily recognized pivot. So at this stage, I don't want to send you short, guys, through the 50 fib of the day. That would, again, we just don't do that. We don't do that. Now, they might make me look very silly. They are going to make me look silly. Now, again, if you're just a straight climactic reversal trader and you wait for the candle to close and push the button, obviously buyers own the candle, buyers own the close. So you would be looking for a selling-based trade, and that's obviously doing what it needs to do. The flip side of that is I'm not going to send everybody short, guys, through a pivot. I would not be surprised, honestly, guys. I would not be surprised if we see some more buying. So if anybody is still long, guys, if you haven't been taken out by your trailing stop because you're trying to hold the trade for 15 minutes, at this stage, the non-event of sellers means that the buyers have still got a little bit of juice in their tank, right? Still got a bit of juice in their tank. So if you are long for long range targets, guys, then at this stage, you've got no reason to sell your long range targets. FESX, guys, is selling down into that super important 60-minute level we spoke about before. So again, the buyers are doing a recon now to see if they can get effectively, guys, outside the trading range of the FESX. So anybody that is long, guys, if you are long, you're basically holding long. And the short traders, we can't go short because we don't assume closes over 50 fibs. Now, at this stage, guys, we'll just let these guys bop along. Now, buyers do own the stair step. 100% buyers own the stair step. So if this little candle, guys, if this little candle was to retrace back down and then close underneath the 50 fib of the day, if it was to do that, it is actually going to be a ratio-based static bar reversal short. Now, just have a look what's happened, guys. You know, I was saying before, if you want to go short here, guys, wait for the retrace to push up and then get hammered and then take the climactic reversal. If anyone has waited for the retrace and the rejection and then gone short, guys, if you wanted that extra proof, if you've done that with low volatility, guys, again, 5-point first target. I don't like the idea of sending you through a pivot. Nathan, just got your WhatsApp message. Mate, would love to have a read. That would be amazing. It could be, Nathan, it could be the golden bullet I've been looking for. Now, at this stage, guys, buyers own the stair step. Buyers own the stair step on all European markets. There is no doubt about that. So what we are looking for is a selling-based reversal. The only selling-based reversal, guys, I can give you on the FDAX is if we sell down below the 50 fib and below the open, I'm targeting that V2 delta, that red delta that's outside the range of the current candle. The sellers would have to be very impressive to get there. At the moment, the S&P 500 is basically pushed down, tried to get through Asia's open again and has failed. So we might actually start to see as a bit of buying come through. FESX, that's a very strong buying candle on FESX. Okay, for FDAX, there's a tiny little trade setting up. Right? So buyers own the stair step. If you trade short under the 50 fib of the day, guys, there is a short setting up at 739, so just under the 50 fib of the day, guys, and you're trying to push it down for 5 points to the open. Now, I hope I was fast enough, guys, in mentioning that trade. So it's a short under the 50 fib of the day. So buyers own the stair step. Right? Buyers own the stair step. Massive drop in ratio, permission to go short. These guys have gapped under the 50 fib, retraced back up, picked up the order under the 50 fib at 739 and then sold the market short. So if anyone is short at 739, guys, you can control your risk obviously before the open. No question about that. Control your risk before the open and let it try and run. Your first target is obviously out. Well done, Dan. Your first target is out Dan's gone short under the 50 for a 5 and a 10, which is a really good target set for today. Guys, if anybody is short under the 50 fib, you've got a really solid ratio drop. It gapped under the pivot, which means we're not assuming a close. And then obviously if you've gone short, it's going very, very well to the downside. There is no question. Now, guys, we did say if it buys early and fails badly, we're looking for really big shorts. If you are short under the 50 fib of the day, guys, and you've gone for a 5-point first target or a 10-point target, you've controlled your risk, please. So you've got nothing at risk on this trade. If this doesn't run, guys, then we're probably going to turn and go back the other way. It's the way these guys are running today. So if you are short, guys, if you are short under the 50 fib of the day, we obviously want it to run, but if they're not really willing to run yet, it simply means the buyers are circling back over the top. All right, now we're just watching. So the sellers are not that impressive, guys, at this point in time. NQ selling, yeah, NQ is plummeting, mate, and the S&P 500 is trying to get below the Asian low. So the and the 50 fib of the day, guys, and the 50 fib of the day. So the S&P is cranky, Nasdaq is plummeting, FDAX doesn't know what to do yet. Right, so if you are short, under the 50 fib, right? So it's 739. If you're short at 739, you've got a 28-point PVI. So that ultimately means a 5-point first target, guys, and a long-range second target. But please make sure you've got no risk. Very, very, very important, guys. No risk on the trade. If they want to run, amazing. If they don't want to run, it's okay. All right, now S&P 500 is trying to sell. Guys, FESX is also trying to sell. All right, guys, I personally don't think the buying is finished. Me personally, I think we're going to see a little bit more selling. And again, if you are short, guys, your entry point, guys, is at 739. Is anybody still short, guys? Have I got anybody short that's going for 5s and 25s or maybe 5s and 20s? Is there anybody that is trying to hold the short for a long range short? If you are trying to hold the short, guys, then at this stage, you've gone through your first target. You've got no risk on your long range targets, please. Very important point. Okay, jump in here. As I'm just jumping into the other trading room, guys, to say well done, because they're nailing their shorts, which is really good. So we split the live trading rooms, guys, with the intent of making everybody more money. And so far, the performance lift in the LTR, simply because we've got less to work on, the performance shift has actually been really quite exciting. All right, so next trade, guys, if you are short under the 50 fib, guys, I'll give that a little circle just to remind me that we spoke about that trade. If you are short under the 50 fib, well done. As at this stage, the buyers own the stair step, so we're still looking for selling base reversals. If we're going to continue to go short, guys, I need the FESX under the 50 fib of the day. Okay, so at this stage, we have an insanely strong candle short. Guys, now what does it ultimately mean? FESX is on the 50 of the day. So what does it ultimately mean? Guys, again, there is a 5-point short underneath this candle, but it's a 5-point short only, right? So if you are going to go short under a very efficient candle, guys, you are short after the retrace and rejection. You're short at 719. Your target is 714. So 719, your first target is 714. It's very, very important that when we get down to the sort of bottom of the price range here, once we get down to the bottom of the price range, you want to make sure that you've got really, really tight first target. So if you trade an efficient candle, guys, even an efficient reversal style candle, you waited for the retrace, waited for the rejection, you've gone short underneath the candle at 719. First target is 704. Obviously 719, 714. That's obviously gone well beyond first target. Do I have anybody short, guys? Anybody short that is holding for long range short targets? Because you would definitely keep an eye on, guys, you would definitely keep an eye on how they deal with the previous pivot. FESX, guys, is stunningly in agreement. Oh, I didn't see they gapped under. I thought they gapped on, guys. They gapped under. That means the short traders on FDAX, just hold on, guys. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh, hold short. So for those that are short, guys, those that are short from here, that is probably going to be the trade of the day. Buy zone and stair step, stunning drop in ratio, permission to short, even bigger selling candle. So what we want you to do is try and hold the short as long as you can, please. So try and hold the short as long as you can. At this stage, guys, I would be very careful about trading over the top of the previous pivot as a single touch reversal. As if the FESX gets below the pre-bottom, because these guys are at the previous pivot, the FESX is not. Anyone that's short on FDAX, guys, anyone that's short on FDAX, please stay short. Okay, please, please, please stay short. You're either short underneath the reversal candle, guys, or you're short underneath this as an SBR short that's gapped under the pivot and then just bolted. Either way, we're going to try and hold short. Okay, so just hold, please. Hold short. Guys, not a good idea at this point in time to go long over the top of the previous pivot, guys, unless we get the FESX failing at its pre-bottom, which they may do, guys, which they may do. All right, so we've got two shorts. Guys, we've got two shorts that are on the run at the moment, depending on how you trade. As if you trade a ratio-based short with a pivot, well done. If you trade an efficiency short, 16 times efficiency. If you trade an efficiency short, we spoke about an early first target. Then as they started to run, it's like, all right, we can push for a longer target. If you are short, as again, volatility says a 5 and a 25, very, very easy to get off that efficient candle. Do I have anybody short, guys, off the efficient candle? Anybody short on the FDAX off the efficient candle? Yes, Caleb, how are you, mate? I hope you're fantastic. So, mate, 5s and 25s would be absolutely awesome. What we need, if it's going to go further, right, what we need, Anna, okay, what we need is if the FESX stalls, at the pre-bottom, then we might actually pick up an SBR reversal long off the pivot. Right now, guys, I'm not recommending single touch reversal off the previous pivot. The sellers are too strong. Caleb, to help you with your Fibonacci, this candle is going to be dominant. So if you are still short, holy moly. All right, if you are still short, this is what we're going to do, guys. So for those that are short, we want it to close under the previous pivot. Guys, we want to close under the previous pivot. Yeah, there's the magic number right there. So if the FESX closes under that red fib and under the pre-bottom, guys, then we can go for much, 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 much longer range targets. If I was short, guys, on the FDAX now, I would have gone through my 5-point first target, 25-point second target. I would then put my long range target, down at these Fibonacci's, down here. So down there at that 76.8 fib, 24,600, really lovely round number, 24,600. Now that's, guys, that's if we break to the downside. We don't know if they're going to break. Okay, so what have we got? Okay, so we are setting up, guys, now a double failure reversal over the top of the previous pivot as the sellers have failed both sides. The safer entry if you're a double fail reversal trader, guys, is to go long at 703. 703. Now, if that is you, guys, if you're a double failure reversal trader off a pivot, you want to be long at 703. Boom. First target, guys. So long at 703. First target is 708. So the moment, guys, that the sellers failed there, it means that the long range short traders cashed in all their money. Was taken out after not closing below. Okay, mate. No, well done, Caleb. It's exactly what I wanted you to do, mate. All right, so have I got anyone long, guys, with a double failure reversal Anybody long at 703? If you're long at 703, your first target and risk control point, guys, is 708. Obviously, we're trading above that already. Now, if the FESX turns, guys, if the FESX turns and that's the worst of the selling, then we want to trade this long as all the way back up to at least the previous daily. We want to get above this point here. Dan, well done, mate. That's fantastic. So anybody long, guys, anybody long, right? You're long at 703. Your first target is 708. Your second target would be 703 plus 25 is 728. 728 is here. 728 is there. All right, now, guys, as per our introduction, as per the risk control point, anyone that is long, guys, you have no risk on this trade, please. Right? No risk on the trade whatsoever. So no risk at all. And what we're doing, guys, is we're trying to pick the turn in the market. We've obviously made money on the reversal. We've made money on the reversal. We have nothing at risk. Okay, very, very important point. All right, very important point. Okay. Now, if the sellers come back down again, guys, we're going to watch the last 90 seconds because what we don't want to do is if these buyers don't absolutely skyrocket, we don't want to be caught. We don't want to be caught trying to buy the market again. All right, here we go. Now, what we may be picking up is a ratio-based static bar reversal long. FESX is, again, they've failed to break below the pre-bottom, failed to break and hold below a key 50. As ultimately, the 50 fib of the micro trend is a long way away. Sellers now own the stair step. So we're looking for buying base reversals. Everything's lining up, guys, for a really, really lovely long trade. We've just got to make sure that we're not trading it back into garbage. That'll be the sellers own the stair step. I know Toby's about to ask. We're about to pick up, guys, a very ugly Toby reversal. Toby, if you're about to ask. Okay, so at this stage, guys, again, if the candle was to close like that, that would absolutely make my day on both markets. That would be really good fun. Now, we'll just move all of this around. Okay, let's see what these guys have got for us. So we've obviously picked up a double failure reversal, guys, off the previous pivot. So those of you that trade that signal, guys, you've done very, very well. We took it above the pivot to make sure we're being very, very careful, guys, and that's done exactly what it's required to do. I'll put the circle above, guys, the pre-bottom to actually be a little bit more conservative. Okay, at this stage, guys, we're getting a relatively good buying candle on the FESX. I'll just watch its close. Okay, so we're on its lower OSR. Okay. At this point in time, guys, the signal that we can pick up on the FDAX would be effectively we're looking at another failure. We're looking at another failure at the OSR. So again, it would be another failure at the OSR. Again, this is potentially a triple failure at the lower OSR. And ideally, this one is probably not going to go as far as what they did last time. All right, so let's wait and see. So we've got our lower low in place. All right, so we've got a lower low in place. At this stage, sellers are very aggressive. My sellers are very, very aggressive. So again, let me just watch what the FESX is doing. FESX is closed on its lower OSR, guys, which means we must 100% get a lower low before we would look at any kind of reversal. So we must get a lower low. At the moment, the sellers are all over, guys, the buyers. So we're going to be very, very careful about going long. Right, so at this stage, guys, the sellers are too strong to back along. So we're going to be looking for, at this stage, swing triggers to the downside or big efficient candles. We haven't got that signal yet. If we get much below the previous pivot, guys, that will be the end of any kind of buying campaign. There is no question about that at all. So just wait and see how strong these sellers are, as they certainly look relatively strong. There is no doubt about that at all. So let the sellers go, guys. Let the sellers go. We've got a beautiful ratio-based trade. We're looking for a long. German news, end of the candle. Yes, I'd suggest the instos have got an inkling as to what the German news is going to look like. Okay. Let's see what these guys have got for us. Let's see what these guys have got. So at this stage, guys, we've picked up a lovely double failure reversal. It didn't go to long range targets, guys, which means they were looking at potentially reversing the market anyway. Yep, I've got that hiding. I've got that hiding here. Absolutely correct. So we'll see, guys. We'll see if the sellers were to ideally push through to these key Fibonacci levels and fail. I mean, it's again, this is a very, very heavy sell down. I think it's a very heavy sell down. I would be very surprised, unless we got some positive news coming through, very surprised if they're going to reverse against these pretty heavy sells. Okay, I'm just watching what they're doing. Guys, at this stage, the lead is suggesting us that we need to be short. Okay, we need to be short anywhere we can be short. If this candle, guys, closes as a big efficient sell down, if it does close as a big efficient sell down, it's basically going to be all over for the buyers. There's nothing in the way of a massive sell down here. All right, so at this stage, FESX, yes, yeah, yeah. At this stage, guys, there's nothing we can do about the sell down. Again, if you can hold the risk behind the candle, the V3 delta is incredible. Right, the V3 delta is incredible if you can hold the risk. Most people can't, and therefore, again, I tell you what you can do. Guys, if the buyers retrace up this selling candle, no. The FESX is into the previous pivot. Yeah, so FESX is in the previous pivot. What does it mean? Guys, we're ultimately waiting for the perfect trade. The absolute trade, guys, the absolute trade of the day so far. Buyers on the stair step, ratio-based static bar reversal short. Again, if you held that for 15 minutes, as you say, all right, I'm on the right side of the market. I'll try and hold it again. They've come down here and they've done you obviously a major favor, which is enormous, guys, which is enormous. And now, guys, all we're doing is waiting for permission to trade. If we do get a really guys, really lovely retrace and a violent rejection. That V3 delta at 656 is a very, very strong sell signal. And guys, if you are a delta trader and you are going to go short at 656, guys, you would need these buyers to move up and then get absolutely hammered, and your actual risk on the trade, is defined by your risk on the trade is actually defined by where the buyers currently fail. All right, so let's see what they've got, guys. We can still, at the moment, the MDI angle is 81 degrees. So MDI angle is 81 degrees. We can still go short on that delta V3, provided these buyers push in and get absolutely annihilated. It's absolutely annihilated. Now, if the buyers can't get annihilated by the sellers, if the buyers can't do that, and the FESX does get above, if the FESX does get back above the previous, the pre-bottom there, if that is the case, we are looking for longs. We're looking for longs. Paul, my pleasure. My pleasure, mate. Are you positive, man? Are you positive today? I hope so. I hope so. Or you may not have got a trade. I mean, either way, we're dealing with a very cranky market. Yes, well done, mate. Good. Stay positive. Well done, mate. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. So please stay positive. Right, that rejection coming in, guys, the Delta V3 is still tradable. You've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 points at risk. Guys, that might put some of you off the trade because it's a little bit too much risk. Now, the boys, guys, on the NASDAQ and S&P just picked up a almost 200 tick reversal on the NASDAQ going back the other way. So the NASDAQ is moving very fast. Now, let's see what we get here. All right, we're getting a really, really nice buy, guys. Really nice buy coming in. So, of course, that sell's gone nowhere near getting filled. Guys, what it does mean if we do get a really, really heavy sort of buy coming in towards the end of the candle, obviously the shorts are now holding too much risk, which is fine. So shorts are holding too much risk. That black delta is in such an insane position in about 35 seconds. What does it ultimately mean, guys? That delta is the institutions placing orders to go back the other way. Now, the beauty of that is they've got room to the previous pivot and then room to the 55th of the day. So if this is the recovery, the recovery campaign coming in on the FESX, guys, if it is a recovery campaign, then this should actually climb well. So what I need, guys, to trade the delta, I want this candle to close. I then want the sellers to sell down underneath the delta entry position, right? So you have to wait a little bit, guys. Have to wait. I need the sellers to sell down below the delta entry position. So below the delta entry position, in order to then pick up the delta. Okay, now if you are on the delta, you're looking at a 5 point first target, 25 point second target, please. So if you manage to get in on the delta, guys, you're looking at a 5 point first target, a 25 point second target, please. And you're looking to reduce your risk as they approach the previous pivot, so you can't lose any money on the trade. If they get caught under the previous pivot, then that's fine. If they break through the previous pivot, guys, I want you to go for a 25-point target, please. So 25-point target, guys, is at 709. At 709. We're looking to try and push through the previous pivot. It would be lovely if we got inside the lower OSR. If we do get inside the lower OSR, as if we do go back inside the lower OSR, it's likely to travel to the upper OSR. And if it travels to the upper OSR, then the target, guys, can go all the way up the top of the screen. So at this stage, guys, I've got my personal stop loss, guys, at 690. So my personal stop loss is sitting at 690. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give these buyers enough energy to get above the previous pivot and back inside the lower OSR. If we can get back inside the lower OSR and hold, guys, this trade's going to go all the way up the other way, guys, all the way back the other way. All right, so this stage, again, I really want these buyers to get inside the lower OSR and through the 50 fib of the day. Okay, so I'm in on this delta, guys. I'm in on this delta here. My stop is currently at 690, so my stop is here, and I'm trying to hold this until the end of the candle. I want these guys to get back inside the lower OSR. As if we get back inside the lower OSR, we might pick up a trade all the way to the upside of the OSR. Now, obviously, can't lose any money on the trade. So as I can't lose any money, I've picked up a delta that relates to a ratio-based static bar reversal. This is exactly the trade we spoke about, guys, at the start of the session. Exactly the trade we spoke about at the start of the session. Come on, buyers, just one more. What's holding us up, guys? What's holding us up is the FESX pushing into the 50 fib of the day. If the FESX gets through the 50 fib of the day and the FDAX gets through the 50 fib of the day, this could actually run really well. So anyone that's long, guys, anyone that's long on that delta, I am trying to hold the trade just like you are, right? So my stop is here at 690. That's where my stop is. So I'm trying to hold like we did yesterday. I'm trying to hold for a Fibonacci extension. All right, so at the moment, this is my extension. There is my compulsory risk control point. It would be incredible if we can get them above this 50 fib of the day. All right, so I might, at this stage, I'm going to leave my stop where it is. So my stop's at 690. My stop's at 690. Is anybody else long, guys, that's looking for a really long range trade? Is anyone else long, guys, that's looking for a longer range trade? Okay, this is starting to take shape. Nathan, well done. So guys, if you are long, there's our compulsory risk control point. So I'm going to move my stop to 691. It's only there because I'm trying to get it to go all the way up the top of the jar here. Okay, so at the moment, guys, I've grabbed the delta long. Don't you come back down and pinch me, please. Come on, off you go, please. Okay, I'm going to lock in, guys. I'm going to lock in my stop just below the previous pivot. So my stop is now here, just below the previous pivot. So if they recoil back, guys, no issue at all. If they do decide they want to climb, then fantastic. Guys, our next port of call is this Fibonacci up here. Right, that's the next port of call. Now, at this stage, what has the FDAX done? Right, so the FDAX has closed above the 50 fib, and then it's gapped under. So again, don't you come all the way back down and stop me out, please. Now, I'm going to be nicely positive, guys. There's no question about that. My stop's currently around 15 points out of the market. What I don't mind a little retrace, guys. I need these buyers to get rejected. Now, the delta, guys, if you are not long, guys, and we retrace underneath this delta, then you can grab the delta long. Nikki, nice work. Suzanne, nice work. Well done. I see if you are not long, guys, and you're looking to be long, because the seller's own the stair step, we've got basically a bottom reversal here. Right, we've got a bottom reversal. All right, so what it ultimately means is we are now looking for the market. We are now looking for the market to push, like push, please. That would be immaculate. All right, so that one, perfect. Come on, push, baby, push. Off you go, please. So again, I'm long on this trade, guys. I'm trying to manage it. In the background. What I'm looking for at this stage is I'm looking for the buyers to push to at least here, which is the 133. I'm going to lock in a little bit more profit. Nice. I'll lock in a little bit more profit now. So I'm bringing my stop loss, guys, underneath the lower OSR. All right. So my stop loss is now just here under the lower OSR. Geez, nice work. Well done. Come on, sweetheart. Off you go, please. I've missed every good runner this week. I've missed every good one. So you can run, please. Come on. I'm going to get rid of that other. There's another Fibonacci extension here. No, too hard. I'll watch the chart. So I would love to get up, guys. I would love to get up here. Okay, I would love to get up here. That would be phenomenal. Again, I would like a bigger green candle than what we had before. Guys, I'm just going to move my stop loss. I'm now moving my stop loss to 2 points underneath the 50 fib of the day. Right, so 2 points under the 50 fib of the day. My stop is now at 708. So I'm trying to manage this trade and moderate at the same time. My stop loss is here at 708. I have scaled in, guys. I've scaled in on this delta. So I'm now long on double contract loading. Risk control is triggered on my first one and my second one. And my scale in stop loss, I'm sitting at 708, guys. So I can't lose any money on my initial entry or my scale in entry. I hope I'm making this as clear as I possibly can. So that was the exact trade we were looking for, guys. A static bar reversal with great ratios gets picked up on the next candle. Oh, mate, I'm working on it. So I said to Sally Ann, the only trade I'm going to execute as a moderator is this one, and I'm going for long-range targets on every trade. That's what I'm after. Long-range targets on every trade. So it's very, guys, it's very, very boring. It's a very, very boring thing, but it's manageable for the moderators. All right, now we're at the 133, guys. We're at the 133. At this stage, I'm going to leave my stop where it is, 2 points underneath the 50 fib. So I'm going to leave it 2 points. I'll leave it 2 points under. Okay, now that is a little bit rude. I'll leave my stop where it is. Can't lose any money on anything. 24730. Please don't scare them away. Right? That's the 133 fib extension, guys, off the dominant candle. FESX, can you please get back inside your lower OSR? Okay. Buyers are losing steam. This is a tough call. I'm going to move my stop, guys, to 2 points above the 50 fib of the day. So my stop is now at 712. 712. Right there. Come on. Keep going, please. Keep going. If we do, guys, if this candle does break, again, guys, the delta, again, if you're a delta trader, if the seller's sold down under the delta, you're allowed to enter again. Guys, I'm not going to scale in again. I've already scaled in once on the trade. If you want to know the mathematics, it's currently sitting at $2,061 this trade. All right, my trailing stop, guys, is now moving underneath the current active candle. My stop is now here. My stop is now here. Come on, sweetheart. Full 15 minutes, please. Full 15 minutes. That Fibonacci extension has just lost. This is exactly what I did in coaching with David today. Exactly what I did in coaching. All right, so at this stage, I was trade sitting at 2,400, 2,500 US. All right, I scaled in one here, guys. That's what I've done. Come on, girl, keep going. So guys, we've closed back inside the lower OSR. Anybody long on this delta, anyone on the delta, please try and hold it to the upper OSR. All right, please try and hold it to the upper OSR. So please try and hold, guys. We're trying to hold all the way up here, please. Yeah. Everyone's lifting. Okay, so we are long, as we are long at the moment here, and we are long here, and my stop loss is way too low. So I'm moving my stop loss to 730. My stop loss is now sitting underneath the open. Okay, let's see what we can get. Let's see what we can get. Buyers everywhere. Buyers everywhere. Oh, Caleb, I hope you're long, man. I hope you're long. Is anyone long? Is anyone trying to do this journey with me? Because obviously this is the first time I've had a runner in a number of weeks. Caleb, nice work, mate. Keep going. So this is my stop loss here, guys. This is my stop loss. I'm just going to mark it red for you. Okay, this is exactly the trade I told Sally Ann we would be waiting for. A ratio-based SBR with distance to the MDI. This is exactly what I did with David in coaching. Breezy, are you long? Nathan is still long. The trade is currently sitting, guys, at 3,500 US. 3,500, 30 points. Well done, mate. Okay, my stop loss, guys, is going to come to 740. 740. I'm underneath the previous daily. Here is my stop loss. So that looks like about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. My stop loss is now at 55 on my initial and 35 on my scale in. That delta's another scale in, but I'm not going to go another contract. Breezy entry 704. Beautiful trade, mate. Good, beautiful trade. Well done. Okay, well done. Now, guys, interesting point. If we got Sally Ann on the phone right now, I said to her, I'm getting so sick of missing the running trades that I am now only going to trade ratio-based SBRs. We've had 2 of them today, and they've produced really good results. All right, so if you're long, guys, we're going to hold long, please. If you're long, we're going to hold long. I need to get rid of some stuff on my charts. That purple Fibonacci is fine. We need to know, guys, where the gap 76 is. We need to know where the gap 76 is. There's the gap. All right, there's the gap. Okay, these guys, good. These guys are beyond the 61.8. That's their reversal point. So come on, keep going, please. So with 8 seconds to go, guys, this is going to be an efficient candle. We're above the upper OSR. Guys, we are above, stay above the upper OSR. Stop loss, guys, is now coming into 750. Stop loss is now at 750. Come on, sweetheart. Come on. Keep going. Did anybody scale in, Breezy? Did you scale in on that delta? I chickened out, guys. I chickened out of a scale in. If you've scaled in on that one, guys, first target's out. Yeah, first target's out. Guys, now, again, do not retrace. Do not retrace too far, please. So my stop loss is here, guys, protected by the 61.8 fib. Yeah, you want your ratio-based SBR generally to be 2 to 3 times smaller, Natasha, 2 to 3 times smaller than the leading candle. This one is almost half the size. Almost half the size. This one here, buyer zone, the stair step, this one is stunning to the downside. This one's okay to the high side. Okay. The delta, once that delta came right at the end of the candle, that's when it's a case of, wow, hang on, the instos are going to turn this market. Okay. Now, at this stage, stop loss is protected by the 750. So stop loss is protected by the 61.8, please. Oh, come on. Just one more little nudge, please. Now, I call that as a scale in. That is not a trade entry. The backup, guys, the backup trade would be the delta on the next candle. Once we close over the previous pivot, get a retrace and rejection. You grab that one or that one. I think Breezy's on this one here, somewhere near that one there. Yep. Yeah, so the 76ers, guys, this is the ultimate acid test. Now, we're rooting for Caleb on this one. Anyone that's long, guys, anyone that's long, come on, sweetheart. Off you go, please. Off you go, please. Stop loss 755. Guys, stop loss is 755. We've just got Caleb. We just got across a we just got above a really key level in the background. So if we hold this level, Caleb and anyone that's long, if we hold above 769, this is going further. If we hold above 769, this is going further. Basically this fib, if we hold above this fib, if we hold above the fib, it's going further. This is going to be a very long 2 minutes. Come on. Come on. My stop is just below the retrace. I'm about to join you, mate, I think. I might as well put my stop here, guys. Protect it with a 66. I'm going to move my stop up. Trade's worth 4.5, guys. 4.5 now. All right. That's not very friendly. Stop loss is becoming behind the retrace now. I'll lock in whatever that is. We are potentially closing over a key level. I can't send you short in the last 15 minutes. I can't send you short in the last 15 minutes. 764, mine's 763, Breezy. So we're all like, you gotta be kidding. So stops are here, guys. Stops are here. Oh, come on, Daxi. Come on, sweetheart. Now, fancy if this was live on YouTube. I was fancy if this was live on YouTube. Don't you dare come and stop me out. My stop's at 763. My stop's at 763. Come on. It's going to close just inside the upper OSR. Are you kidding? No, this is a lower to upper OSR trade. Doesn't get much sexier, actually. Someone's got their mic on echo. Ooh, that would be hard to fix. Okay. My stop, guys, is at 763. Trade sitting at 3921. I've been nailed. Right, so I'm out. So I'm out of my trade. Dearie me. Breezy out for 10 and 60. Guys, I am out for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75. I'm out for 75 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 75 and 45. Ooh, 75 and 45. So I'm just going to sit back and take a bit of a breath for a moment. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Breezy, another. So Caleb, you got a 60. I'm stoked for you. So guys, I was using a single contract entry with a 25-point target. And then I just moved the target straight up the screen, got in again with the same and moved the target up the screen. So I didn't get a 5 and 60 or 5 and 70. It was straight to 75, which I'm pretty stoked about. Now we're just going to wait for the next trade. We're literally right on the turn. Guys, this closing back inside the lower OSR and running to the upper OSR, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I think, look, guys, it's exciting. It's exactly what we want. We want one of those 2 or 3 times a day. Caleb, well done, mate. If you've nailed that one, that is a really good trade, and I'm very, very excited for you. All right, so that is an awesome trade. All right, so big well done to everybody. I'm gonna make sure I've got the right. Make sure I've got the right ones loaded. Okay, so we have had a real trade. So who did really, really well on that trade? Breezy did really well. Caleb did really well. So Breezy did well. Caleb did well. Nathan, 6, 12, 21, 75, 6, 12, 21, 55. Holy moly, mate. Holy moly. Dear. Dan, I was using my ATM was a 25-point target with a touch 5P2. So touch 5P2. And as soon as the ATM triggered, my goal was to let the candle close and then wait for a retrace, wait for a rejection, get a scale in with the same touch 20. So same touch 5P2. Both of those stop losses triggered and then sat there and didn't get taken out, which means I was able to run with 2 contracts. Lockie, are you sure this is live? No, geez, this is live market replay. So what I did is I spoke to the German stock exchange last week and said, next Thursday, I need you to provide me with this signal set at this time and I'll pay you $1. And I want you to make us look good. Oh, geez. Look, not being rude, guys, but as soon as I put trading results on the internet, as soon as they're positive, you get abused. As soon as they're negative, you get people going, ha, ha. So it's got to the point where I just said to Sally Ann, I said, I don't think I'm going to put results on the internet other than we discussed these trades in the live trading room and this is what happened. Hence I said, well done, Breezy, well done, Caleb, well done, Nathan. Guys, no mention of Lockie there, no mention of Lockie. Because the moment I say, oh, look what I did, because the amount of abuse you cop. It's like, really? Really? It's just silly. Anyway, guys, wait for the turn of the hour. We've done really, really well. Again, guys, what we set off to do today is we set off to again, we wanted them to declare their cards early, which they did, and we took advantage of it. And then they ran out of steam, so we took advantage of it. The lower to upper OSR trade. Again, if you don't mind those 2 deltas there, wait for the retrace, wait for the rejection, and then take the delta. The risk on the trade was, on the higher delta, the risk on the trade was around 15 points. And so, righto, I'm going to hold that trade for 15 minutes. 1, 2, 3, I'm out. So, guys, I mean, the beauty of today is it's completely live on YouTube, so that's good fun. And, you know, once again, the strategy's been tested, strategy works. Now we've just got to get the humans to work really, really well. And guys, 2026 is going to be very exciting for anyone with these indicators, guys. The delta is, I mean, every time we get a brand new delta, it's like, yep, buyers are here, you know, delta. This buying candle, guys, look at all these deltas, delta. That's all the institutions agreeing with what we're doing. Oh, so the delta is not only an entry criteria, the delta is a, hey, check it out, isn't this cool? If the instos are buying, we're just going to hold long. Got to hold long. All right, let me get my so my stop loss, guys. So I got taken out here. All right, we don't need that on the screen anymore. Okay, don't need that on the screen. All right, here we go. Just let them rock and roll. I'm particularly excited. Breezy, Caleb, Nathan. Did anyone else get a blinder? I'm guys very, very excited for you guys. Breezy, that's another 60-point trade, mate. It's another 60-point trade. We're only talking about this on, was it Tuesday, Breezy? You picked up a 60-pointer? Was it Tuesday? Yeah, mate. Okay, now we are picking up, guys. We are picking up a... It's not very sexy, actually. Oh, so we're not taking the trade. Right? So we're not taking the trade. I was wanting to get a higher high, guys, and go short under the body of the SBR. Now, the reason we're not taking it, guys, and it might be a dud call, is because we're too close to the top of the MDI. Oh, that's all right, mate. No. If you're in on the body of the SBR after you got a higher high, so after you got a higher high, Fibonacci, mate, Fibonacci should take you down. Now, I actually did this in coaching today. As we had one of these a couple of days ago as well, is if we're really, really close to the MDI, it could bounce the wrong way, right? Which is what is occurring. So what I said to the guys in coaching today is the only SBRs we're going to pick up, whereas like this one here, I've got a very, very long way to get back to the MDI, so we can try and pick up a long range trade. So guys, at this stage, because of this only, no, keep it there. Because we are too close to the MDI to go for at least a moderate range target, is because we can't go short, we can only go long. Okay, we can only go long. Okay, now, holy moly. I'm just going to talk to the other trading room guys. They've picked up, looks like a 400 tick NASDAQ trade. Marcus, are you behaving, mate? There's a lot of circles on that chart, buddy. We have been listening to you guys. We just picked up a 60 or 70 pointer on the FDAX as well. So we've been listening. We're very excited for you. That's fantastic. Yeah, of course. Well done, everybody. Yeah, number of traders have picked up 200 tickers, guys. 200 tickers on the NASDAQ. Yeah. No, well done. They've nailed it, guys. Absolutely nailed it. Now, for us over here, but there's a big the split rooms, guys. So those that know, we split the live trading room to allow greater performance for everybody, and it is working, guys. There's no doubt. Now we've just got to get all the moderators. We've got to get all the moderators basically up to what everyone is earning. So if you guys are earning $200 to $300 a day, we want the moderators there. If you're earning $1,000 a day, we want the moderators there. Okay, now we are at this stage, guys, that is a monster strong candle. It is a monster strong candle. I've got no pivot, guys. I've got no pivot to trade on. I would suggest, guys, the gap Fibonacci is going to be important. I am thinking at this stage That's the Fibonacci they're using. All right, so they've gone back to a traditional fib. What does it ultimately mean, guys? Again, that is a monster efficient candle to the high side. Again, a retrace, very shallow retrace. Let me just watch, guys. So there is a long, guys, there is a long setting up at 795. The risk is probably too much for most traders. So the only risk we can rely on, guys, is the actual retrace itself. Is the only risk that we could rely on, and that retrace is shallow. So what does it mean? If you're going to go long, guys, over the top of the efficient candle, it is an efficient CORPC bar with step and trend. You would need to make sure, guys, you had an early first target, guys, and then a long range second target, please. Now I am long, guys, at 795. I'm long at 795. My stop loss is already at 796. So I'm long again, guys. Efficient candle long. I'm going to be tighter with my stop loss this time. So my stop loss is now at 797. I'll just bring the back line on the screen. Stop loss is here, guys. Oh, run, baby. Come go on, run. Off you go, please. Come on. All right, stop loss is now at 800, guys. I've got the auto trail stop chasing. So I'm long at 800. Okay. Stop loss is now at 802. I've got the auto stop running. So stop loss is now at 802. Come on. One more punch, please. Okay. Oh, yeah. Go on. Chase. Come on. Stop's now at 806. Stops now at 806. First 25-point target just got taken out. Are you kidding? Big day. Well, one contract left at the gap. It's just been taken out. Dearie me. Anyone else long on the efficient CORPCB bar after a retrace and rejection, guys? I actually targeted the V1 delta there, the V1 delta. Anna got 25. Well done, guys. I ended up with a 25. I put my target at the gap. All right, so I've ended up with 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I ended up with 25. Breezy, nice work, mate. You've killed it. Well done, Lockie. Think the whiskey, Breezy, 25 plus, 25, 21, MJ. Holy moly. Yeah, so getting back to the conversation, I did call the German stock exchange a week ago and say, can you please do this? And they came back and, yeah, of course we can. Of course we can. Toby, 5 and 25. I'm absolutely stoked. Absolutely stoked. That's a good one. A good one. All right, so at this stage, guys, I've gone long on the efficient bar. The reason being it's 2 to 3 times larger than the previous candle. I could even show you the screenshot from today from coaching, guys, where I said to David, these are your exact trades, guys. And guess what I told him? Said you're trading ratio-based SBRs, a long way from the MDI, and you're trading efficient candles. You're using the retrace and the rejection in order to control your step. And if you want, you can scale in on deltas. So ironically, what I spoke to Dave, guys, it was only coaching session 1 today for Dave, guys, of a full set. And if he's watching right now, guys, guess what's happened? Yeah, absolutely. MJ. Oh, man. All right. We've had a good day, guys. We've had a good day. There's no question. We've had a good day. What we now need to do, guys, is we now need to So guys, Andy in the NASDAQ LTR just got taken out at a target 420 ticks. 420 ticks. Ah, dear. And the LTR split was a trial, guys. The trial falls due at the end of the month. Now, again, I'm at this stage, I'm a little bit. It's only 5:10. I was going to say I'm a little bit resistant to call another trade, guys, simply because everyone should be way beyond a KPI. Should be way beyond a KPI. Oh, look at this. I was about to say the delta V3. Right? So the delta, so you got an efficient CORPC bar. These deltas are valid. Guys, if on this candle here, they retrace under and then come back through and pick up the delta V3. Oh, you're joking. Wow. All right. So I'm not going to take another trade at this stage, guys, myself. The winner today, guys, Remy, how are you? We've had a blinder. So we had multiple traders trade from this SBR or that delta all the way up to our trailing stop just here. Now it's gone a lot further, guys, than what we thought. Now the only way to trade this, and I think it's a really good lesson for everybody, guys. You know, in the LTR yesterday, we were saying if you want a long range trailing stop, this candle moves you into profit, then your stop loss hits behind the candle. So that means we would not have bought up here. So not further into profit. Okay, now that one's pushed us more into profit, stop behind, more profit, stop behind, more profit, stop behind. So in that case, guys, if you follow that low point trailing stop, you would still be long. Now, that doesn't take away from what we've done. That's a lower OSR to upper OSR trade. That certainly does not take away from what we've done. However, I think we've done very well today. We could have actually done better, but I think we've traded really well. Now, our larger chart analysis. So 60-minute chart, guys, effectively, these guys have cruised down and triggered a 60-minute swing trigger long. What does that mean? These buyers are probably going to go for another 3 hours. So another 3 hours. That's monster stuff. That's monster stuff. 15-minute chart. Let's just analyze here. No, there's nothing on the 15. Nothing on the 30. No, it's a 60-minute chart move, guys. So you've got a classic low ratio 60-minute chart swing trigger long. So the swing trigger's triggered here and they're running with it. What's the bet? The FESX has got a swing trigger. Oh, fancy that. Let's have a look. Follow your stair step. There's your A. There's your B. There's your trigger point. These guys are probably going to keep going. What it does mean is this Fibonacci is going to flip like this. That Fibonacci is going to go. And if they fail here, because it's a 60-minute swing trigger, if they fail here, guys, it'll be a 60-minute short. All right, now what does that look like for us down here? All right, so we're in 60-minute long, or 60-minute longs. Okay, MJ, I'll play with it. I'll play with it. It's a good point. So guys, we are 15 minutes into our second hour. So we're 15 minutes into our second hour. All of our research before, guys, I believe, has paid some pretty cool little dividends. Any questions, guys? Any questions about anything that we've done? There will be a double failure reversal here off the 76 Fibonacci's. If you are a reversal trader, you're looking for the buyers to move in like they're currently doing, and then you are setting a short, guys, here at 870. This is only for those people that trade climactic reversals on the FDAX as a double failure reversal off 76 Fibonacci's. That Fibonacci needs to flip as well. Okay, so at this stage, guys, the only trade that is setting up for us is an 870 short. It's a double failure reversal off the 76 fibs. At the moment, there's around 20 points of risk. The higher high does mean your sell order can come closer, 872. But you would want, at this point in time, you would want to see these sellers get annihilated. It's annihilated. No, risk is too much. Oh, can you imagine if we were still long? Because is anyone still long? I thought my target down here was really sexy. I thought that was incredible. I thought that was incredible. Now, my result, guys, my result today, I can't actually show on YouTube. Again, you get a speeding ticket from YouTube if you show anything more than $1,000. They can actually give you a naughty ticket. And if we get kicked off YouTube, we're going to go and start the whole thing again, even though the trade is real. It's now gone 220 points from your entry. I didn't want to know that, mate. I didn't want to know that. So guys, again, great questions before. I took the static bar reversal. I entered on the delta. I used the touch 5 pay 2 with the 25 point target. I then moved the target up the screen. Candle closed in my favor. I waited for the retrace and the rejection. Then I scaled in on the delta, touch 5 pay 2 with the 25 point target, and it ended up got taken out by my trailing stop here. Guys, so that's what I did. That's what I did today. I'm very excited, guys. That's the first decent runner I've had in the LTR in some time. And guys, I'm not kidding, if we got Sally Ann on the phone right now and you asked her, what is the one trade Lockie said he was going to take in the LTR for long range targets? It's happened today. Now, as if you can carry the risk, the short, the double failure reversal with a higher high, the short, guys, at 872 is valid. MJ, that's what everyone's working towards, guys. Everyone's working towards trading 4 contracts, like a 5, a 10, a 20, and a 40, and then you grab the 40 and move it all the way up the screen. Like, look at what Nathan did today, 6, 11, 21, and 58 or something. I mean, that's... And he did it twice. Guys, now, again, there's nothing special. Have I got anybody short, guys, at 872? Now, you would have to hold around 40 points of risk. If you are short, I want you to go for at least 5 and at least 5, guys, at least 5 and 40. If you are short already at 872 or short at 870, guys, you're already sitting at 10, 20, 30, almost 40 points into the trade short. So if you are happy with the risk, guys, you've gone short. Even if you drop down to the FDXM and you've gone short there, it's a double failure reversal with a higher high off 76s. Incredible trade. So guys, I want everyone in this trading room by the end of this year to be doing at least $1,000 a day. Now, let's say we've got 50 in the room. Means we're doing $50,000 a day. We're doing $250,000 a week. $250,000 a week. I think that is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so I don't think I've got anybody short, guys. I don't think I've got anybody short. And again, so guys, as I was talking to David, today about where the market's going to go, guys. I don't think the volatility is going to go. I think if anything, the volatility is going to stay. The fact that Trump has called the end of the war 31 times, and now Iran has just reported they've got 90% of their missile launchers back online, and they've borrowed long-range missiles from Russia that can't be intercepted by Israel's interception systems. That's not something that's scaling down anytime soon, guys. We're scaling up, if anything. And I don't like what's going on over there, guys. But if we are given an opportunity to pick up ratio-based SBRs 3 or 4 times a week and go for long-range targets, that is an absolute no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. MJ, I don't know because I don't have a security clearance high enough to know. But the security clearance I do have, that suggests this ain't going away anytime soon. Do I have anybody short, guys? Double failure reversal off the 76 fibs. Is anyone short and is anyone trying to hold? Is anyone trying to hold? I think that's a big fat no. Guys, any questions? Any questions at all? I have 2x25 and a runner in sim. Well done, mate. So you are short. So you are short outside the range. So you're short outside the range of the active candle. Well done, mate. Did you wait for a higher high, Jack, before going short, which is 100% what I would suggest? Safe answer would be yes or yes. Okay. So, guys, we've got Jack short. We've got Jack short. So, mate, what we're going to do is we're going to run a Fibonacci extension over your dominant candle. Okay. We're going to do this. They are at, mate, 33% Fibonacci extensions, institutional launch point. So this is where you know whether they're going to go a lot further. So they're going to muck around this point for a little while. All right. They're going to muck around here. Let me get rid of this. All right, so see, they're literally at their launch point right now. They're saying, are we going to fly or are we not? So 2 times 25, mate, and a runner is incredible. Mate, well done. What we are aiming to do for you is, mate, we're looking at retrace extension, basically agreement. And right there, we have, guess what? We have agreement. So if they can move down through that 33 extension, you'll see them test it a couple of times. So they'll test it. Normally, it's towards the end of the candle that they'll give us their final stamp of approval. You know, what are we doing with this? What are we doing this? Andy, 420 ticks on the NASDAQ. 420. Can you guys remember, like honestly remember, I've been in live trading rooms for the best part of 14 years. I have never seen this level of result consistently being produced by novice traders, guys. We are not professional traders. We are novice traders. What do I mean by novice traders? We are not working for private hedge funds. These results, guys, are really impressive. I think we just lost a moderator out of the other LTR. Oops. Oh, they've taken an early mark because they've just been so impressive. So at this stage, we've got Jack. Jack is short, guys, outside the range of the active candle after the higher high. Okay, perfect. Mate, we're basically waiting to see what they're going to do. You've got the FESX. You've got the FESX under its gap. What have we got here? Yeah, mate. He has done an incredible job. Yep, I think he may. I think. I know he's coming back now. I was going to say, I think his internet might have dropped out or something, but he's on his way back. Okay, so, guys, my screen is. Oh, here's Alan. Hello.
Where are you, Lachlan?
How are you? Oh, I'm here. I'll just grab my camera again. Hold on. Oh, how do I do this? There we go. Hey, there we are.
Hey.
We have had a blinder. We've had a blinder. This would be one of the best YouTube recordings we've ever done. So we picked up this short here for the SBR traders. We picked up this one for the efficiency traders. We picked up a small reversal here. Then we picked up this one here, and Breezy, Caleb, and Nathan ran it here all the way up to here. I am also guilty. I grabbed this one here and scaled in on this one and went all the way up the top of the jar. And we've currently got Jack short underneath the 76 fibs as a double failure reversal. And he's already out with 2 contracts at 25 points. And now he's trying to see if he can get a 3 candle runner, which it looks like they're going to squash on us. So today we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stunning trades. And then the one at the top, again, most people, I'll give it a purple because most people, the risk was a little bit too high. Okay, so that can be a purple circle. In saying that, Jack is currently short on that trade, and at the moment he's already out with twin 25 pointers. So that's 700 US per contract twice.
Damn, guys.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 good ones and a couple of scale-in opportunities, but because they're quite advanced, I'm not going to circle those. So Arlen, it's been a really good day.
I'm happy to hear that. I can also see that Cody is here in the background somewhere.
Yep.
Hey, Cody.
Yeah, no, Cody. I hope Cody had a blinder. I know a number of people did. So I'm very. And Arlen, we said in our pre-brief today 3 words. It's all about ratio, ratio, ratio. And once again, guess what? It
is about ratio, ratio.
Same thing.
Well, guys and girls, as Lachlan likes to say, I would like to remind everyone, that first of all, live trading with Lachlan on Thursdays, wonderful thing. And we also have a fun promotion. I don't know, have you guys checked out our Instagram? Look at that. We have 20% off for existing traders. And if by any chance someone here in the LTR, whether on Zoom or YouTube, if you guys are not trading with us yet, you can get 30% off. Just saying, check out the details on our Instagram or directly on our website. Lachlan, thank you so much for today. Any iconic last words?
Ratios.
I knew it.
Reinforced by Delta. That's again, the most important thing is, guys, we traded our algorithm. We didn't get romanced to do silly things. We traded the algo. We got paid. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll do the same thing again. It's just the same thing again, over and over and over again. So.
Well, guys, good luck.
Just
to answer the question, I see here Remy asking, is that through Samurai? Yes, I mean, it's for everyone, the promo. Yep. So, FYI.
So Randy, 100%, mate, 100%.
Fabulous.
I shouldn't talk over Arlen. I'll get in trouble, guys, so I'm going to be quiet now.
It's fine. We're fine. So, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Brilliant. Thank you, guys. I'll see everybody soon. Bye for now. Well done, guys. You did really well today. Thank you, Arlen. Thank you, TTP. See you guys. Bye.